Welcome to Sweet Talk. This broadcast is brought to you by the Continuing Education Workforce Training Division of Idaho State University's College of Technology. This podcast is part of our continuing outreach efforts, and the format is conversational. We will be having conversations with businesses, professionals, entrepreneurs, community agencies, and, in all cases, difference makers. Now, let's get started with Sweet Talk. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our Sweet Podcast. Thanks for joining us. I'm Gary Salazar. I'm the Director for Continuing Education and Workforce Training here at Idaho State University's College of Technology. Joining us today is Vince Bowen, our Executive Director. I just call him Executive or Caliber Director, Ex-Caliber Director. He's the Executive Director for the Department and the Department Chair for the Energy Systems Technology and ESTEC Center. And that is a mouthful. We call it ESTEC. Yeah. Everybody around here knows that. It's also part of ISU's College of Technology, and we'll be talking with him today about this fine organization and what they do with energy, with the energy industry and our community. The topic is interesting. It goes for 20 minutes. It's a casual conversation. We'll be focusing on Vince and ESTEC, and we'll see where this goes. So, real glad to have you here, Vince. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sweet Talk. All right, Vince, why don't we begin with maybe you saying a few words about your background and how did you get to be the executive director here at ESTEC? You've got a lengthy background. Let's hear a little bit about it.
Yeah, I won't go on too long. I spent 8 years in the nuclear Navy. Part of it is being an instructor at a nuclear prototype, and then 3 years aboard the USS Phoenix, which is a submarine. When I got out of the Navy, I immediately started at the INL, at the Advanced Test Reactor. Went up through shift supervisor and then worked on the operations manager staff. I'm not going to tell everywhere that I went. I went to various places after that in management roles of both nuclear facilities and nuclear reactors. A total of 31 years at the Idaho National Lab. This job came up and I did the math and I could retire and my pension would cover the difference. So, and I had been involved with ESTEC for almost 10 years and really loved the program and the people and the mission. It all appealed to me. And so I changed careers entirely and I finally found my dream job.
You found your dream job here at ESTEC. Congratulations.
Yes.
Well done. And thank you for the Navy service, man. Being
Thank you.
Don't we call the submariners bubbleheads? You know, and I can do that because I come from the Navy. I can call you a bubblehead.
Yeah.
But you do great stuff. You do great stuff down there, and working with nuclear reactors on a submarine. How cool is that? Now, there's a history behind the nuclear Navy, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Here in Idaho.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The first nuclear prototype for the Nautilus was out at the Idaho National Lab. In fact, was still running. That was in the late 50s, and it was still running when I was there in the 80s.
Oh man, that is cool. There's a lot of great history there. So thank you for being a part of that and carrying on too. Let's talk about ESTEC, and I'm going to keep calling it ESTEC for short. I mean, what a great organization that is. You're doing a lot of work here in the College of Technology. Could you kind of describe in your own words, what does ESTEC mean to the college, to the university, and to our community?
ESTEC is a department, if you will, and I'll talk about the difference between what a department chair does and what I do a little bit. But I'm going to talk first off about the programs we offer. And they are all involved with the energy sector. So when it was started, there was a keen need for people like me that were going to retire to fill those places in the energy sector. And so ESTEC was put together. Eventually, I won't go through the entire history. Eventually, we ended up with 5 programs, the ones we currently have today. And that would be instrumentation engineering, electrical, mechanical, nuclear operator, and industrial cybersecurity. The interesting thing that we found out was our technicians, they get an an associate's degree of applied technology. They get that degree and they can work anywhere in an industrial setting. Food processing plants, they get jobs there. There is a tremendous draw. In fact, just yesterday, I met with my staff and they were telling me all these people that had been hired, right? And so it was so exciting. At the end of the thing, I said, let's talk about something good. And so there were 6 electricians that have been hired and are going to work at Northrop Grumman, just down there in Utah. Had a young lady in the nuclear program. She's going to work in New York for Exelon, which is one of the big power companies that has a lot of nuclear involved with it. So, just a lot of exciting stuff. It changes people's lives through education. I think that's the key, and that's what I want to do. Change people's lives through education. And so, I work, of course, for the Dean of the College of Technology. A lot of my time is spent in meeting with industry, making industry contacts. The students and the curriculum, I have an associate director that normally covers that. I mean, I oversee it, but he gets down in the details. So I'm out, finding out about new places, finding out, getting in the door and saying, hey, could you use our technicians? It looks to me like you could. They have these skills. Or, it may be approaching someone and saying, hey, could we do something? In fact, right now, I'm working with Premier Technologies, and there's a good chance that we are going to buy a glove box for our nuclear program, because a lot of work is done in glove boxes. And I think that's going to be a go.
A glove box. You're talking about a small box to contain something?
Yes.
Yeah, that was going to be my question was, what is a glove box?
Okay. Have you ever seen a blast sanding box?
Yes.
Okay. The nuclear one just doesn't let anything out, and it's made so that you can replace the gloves and never actually open up the inside of the box, so it doesn't come out. A lot of them have negative pressure on them, and so it's a way to contain the radioactivity, but still allow you to use large rubber gloves that are mounted, temporarily mounted, right? They can come off to the glove box. And I've seen what sorts of things, lifting devices to move large pieces, furnaces to heat metals to take a metal to a higher state in terms of rust, chopping things up, and it's all nuclear stuff. It's really actually very cool. And so we don't have one of those today. And our nuclear program is looking at splitting off and having people that just do reactor operation. And the other side would be working in nuclear facilities, non-reactor, where they do glove box work. We're also working with Premier and the INL on a set of manipulators. And the manipulators, most people know what they are. And I'm going to use terms that are part of that. Okay, well accepted. It's the ones that go through great big thick walls. They're called hot cells, and they have all sorts of really nasty nuclear stuff, if you will. Nasty in terms of high radiation. I should make that sound real bad. And so the only way to work on things is to have a set of arms. And so the outside one is called the master, and that's where the operator, they can clamp down on things. They can extend the arm to reach further, about 50 pounds, as much as they can take. Anyway, it is an art form. They actually have to tear machinery apart and put it back together using those. And so we're going to give our students a step up through those two processes. And
Excellent.
yeah, Okay. Sorry.
No, that's great. I mean, it's fascinating stuff, and your students are getting some hands-on work, which,
Yes.
like you said, gives them a step up once they get out to the industry. And congratulations on the excellent placement of your students, man. That is awesome. And we hear about, the excellent programs that occur at the university, and ESTEC is one of those highly touted programs because of all the efforts that's gone into this. So congratulations on one,
Thank you.
getting that job, and maintaining and doing the fantastic work that you are. You've got great instructors over there, and obviously
Yes.
those. Wow. Hey, let me keep on. There's a couple other questions I wanted to ask you, Vince. Where is ESTEC located? If I was somebody in the community, I heard ESTEC, well, where is ESTEC? What do you exist at?
Okay. The main building that we're in is Building 49. So if you can find a map of Idaho State University, go to Building 49.
Okay.
If you can't, Martin Luther King Drive, which is the one that goes by the Rendezvous Building and Reed Gym. We are roughly located just to the, it'd be the west mostly, of Reed Gym and across the street.
All right.
The old aircraft hangar is right next to us, and it
All
looks like a Quonset hut
Yep.
kind of thing.
Yep. Very
So
cool.
that's where our main labs are and our classrooms.
And do you have other classrooms around, like up in Idaho Falls or around the state, or is it just that one?
We have classrooms in the TNT building. We also, our electrical and instrumentation programs, we have an agreement with the College of Eastern Idaho that they can conduct the first year of their training there at CEI,
Okay.
and then they come down to Pocatello and get the second year.
Excellent.
So really good deal. And that program runs every semester. There's that
Every
much
semester.
need. Yes.
Very cool. So that's a great partnership with one of our other community colleges out in the state. Very, very cool. And so you've got that. You've got the main location here at Idaho State University, across nearby from Reed's Gym and the old aircraft hangar, the Quonset hut. And your offices are there. Is that right?
That is correct. That's where my office is and the majority of my instructors.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to see. And I've been over there. That's a fantastic place. A lot of really cool equipment. There's a question that I've heard a couple of times. I'd like to give you an opportunity maybe to respond to this too. There's a lot of work going on with the new Ames building and moving programs up to that part of the university. Is the plan for you to kind of stay where you are in that building? You have a lot of equipment in there right now.
Yes. ESTEC will stay there, won't go to the Eames complex. There are some exciting opportunities that are just in the early stages, and we haven't been able to seal the deal because of COVID-19. But we probably will have a larger presence in the Roy F. Christensen building, or RFC. There's a possibility that we may be a part of the qualification of the nuclear operators for the NuScale small modular reactors.
Hey, cool.
We may be the center for that. Still a lot to negotiate and understand. We're in the beginning of it, but we've been working with NuScale and UAMPS, which is the utility that is going to buy the reactor. We've worked with both of them. It looks like it can go, but we just haven't got down to the details.
Pretty cool. That's great growth.
Yes.
And expansion. Really good. Excuse me. Okay. In addition to your getting out into the community, I'm going to refer to Ignite the Future. You also do events and support STEM activities, that come across.
Yes.
Right. One of the biggest ones I know about that kind of I get involved with a little bit is this Ignite Their Futures thing, which was started by your predecessor, Ryan Pitcher, and then with Katie Leishman.
Yeah.
And that thing has just had great success, and looks like it's going to try and continue again this year. Is that right?
Yes, we've looked at moving to July. That's where we're setting today. And I do want to say that Ryan and Katie are still running that thing.
Yeah.
I am aware of what they're doing, but they put that whole thing on, the planning, everything to do with it. And so I want to give a shout out to those two because we get accolades every time we do that. And I always have to point to the people that really did the work.
Yeah, and good on you for that. They're phenomenal. They're both very passionate about this project, and I know that the participants that came in, all those high school age and under high school age students who come in to participate for this, they just love that. What a great opportunity and a great initiative to continue on your part. So, thank you for doing that.
Yeah,
all
key
right.
is hands-on.
Hands-on.
Everybody, yes,
right.
Everybody, even in that Ignite Their Future, everything is hands-on.
Well, you were talking about the hands-on in that box, the glove box.
Well, and I want to say, actually, this has gone beyond, way beyond ESTEC. It's throughout the College of Technology in the STEM areas, and we even partner with the engineering programs. I think they don't call themselves geology anymore, but geosciences, that's it.
Right.
They're looking at teaming with us. It's becoming very popular. We've been asked by the INL, who sponsors a lot of those events, to put one on in Idaho Falls as well. Yeah. Won't happen this year, unfortunately, but.
Wow, man, that'd be nice. Well, so one of the things you just mentioned up is sponsors, and since you get out and you work with a lot of people out in the industry, you have an opportunity to meet people who are interested in supporting or sponsoring some of the projects you've got.
Oh yeah.
You mentioned INL, and some of the other companies who are hiring, are they likely sponsors for the work that you're doing also?
A lot of companies give us either tremendous discounts on equipment or outright give them to us.
Nice.
And I'm going to sit here and I can't remember the name of the company with the PLCs, but programmable logic controllers, we received over $20,000 of those brand new, okay, as a donation. And I really feel bad, I can't remember. I think it's Wunderlich Malik, but I'm probably wrong. Simplot had some old equipment, and we needed to start working on circuit breakers as part of our electrical program. And they donated switchgear to us with a large breaker in it that was past its life for them, but still provides training opportunities for us.
Wow, that's really cool. And the more you get out there and people hear about what you're doing, the more you're going to attract too. So that's another positive thing. And thanks for doing all that extra work, because that's not easy. That didn't keep you always in one place. You're a moving target, man.
Yes, I do want to say too, I want to give a shout out to Premier. They're the ones that started looking at the, now I can't say the word, the manipulators. Okay, they're the ones that started saying, hey, we'd like to put these together for you. We don't have the work talent. And the INL said, well, we'll fix them because they're not in working order. So anyway, I want to give those guys a shout out. They attended a meeting that I was over, a technical advisory committee meeting, went back and said, hey, we can do something for them.
Yeah,
so,
nice. Good collaboration. Yes. That's good community involvement, right? That's awesome. Okay, speaking of that, I was going to ask you, it's a question I wanted to just generally say, how do you think our ESTEC community is doing? And by that is not just what you do, but all the people around us that are going on. I mean, there's a lot of efforts coming on with energy up in INL. What about the rest of the state? How's the energy community doing right now?
Doing well, but needing people, right? Okay. And so we're doing a lot. Every graduate we have has an opportunity to work there. Southeast Idaho, sometimes you have to move a little farther away before those jobs open up. However, we're Phillips 66. We're, let's see, where is one of the, we have an intern, I want to say Las Vegas. It probably isn't. We've had one intern that went to the Netherlands here a year or two ago. So we have contacts around the world and companies that are worldwide, global companies. And, they know us, they come and interview, and they hire. Awesome. So it's a growing industry. It's going to continue to grow. Past that, when you look at the industrial environment, it's the same way. You look at all the, tech companies that are starting to look at Pocatello. I'll say Southeast Idaho, because I want to include that entire corridor.
Yeah, very good. Very cool. All right. Hey, before we get any further, if somebody is watching or listening to this and they go, I am curious, I'd like to get some more information, is there some way they might reach out to you, or a website or someplace you'd like them to go?
You can go to ISU's main website, go to quick links, go to directory, and type my name in. That will give you my
Keep going.
phone number.
Keep going. Go ahead and finish it out.
That will give you my phone number and my email. Okay. And emails are hard to talk out loud. That's the only reason I'm not giving it. But my phone number there, you will get in hold of me even today. I'm not in my office, but it's forwarded to my home phone. So, just give me a call, drop an email. Happy to do whatever it takes to let you know what ESTEC is like and what we do.
Awesome. Hey, thank you. And I'm sorry, Vince, that was the buzzer. We are done. I want to let you have a chance to fill out that last piece here. Our time is up. So this has been very quick. I have so much more I'd like to ask you, but I want to say thank you. Thanks, everybody, to Vince Bowen. He's the Executive Director and Chair of ESTEC here at the College of Technology. And he's been talking with us about what he does, the organization itself, and its impact on energy in our region, and apparently across the world too. So, hands-on programs, highly popular, great thing to get involved with. We hope that you in the audience have listened to or watched and learned a little bit of something that's struck a chord, generated a little interest. If so, reach back. You can find us at ISU. We are at cetrain.isu.edu, and we are Continuing Education Workforce Training, or CEWT, as we like to call it. And we're glad that you were here. Thank you very much for joining us, Vince. All of you, have a great day.
Yeah, thanks for asking me. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Take care, all.